Hey Rob, happy birthday, man. The big 5-7. Actually, there is no big 5-7. I don't know why I say that. Every birthday after 50 is pretty much the same because everybody complains about not knowing what to give you for your birthday. So guess what? Missy, Brittany, and Bailey commissioned me to do the honors this year. And they're very amused by you, Rob. They told me everything about the Harleys and the record collection and the road trips and Theo and Freddie. But the main thing they told me is how often you watch The Last Drive-In, which I truly appreciate. But that does give me the opportunity to do a little drive-in astrology on your ass because your birth year is one of the most amazing years in horror history, but also one of the most neglected years. And you know why? Because it's old school. It's hardcore. It's a year when people didn't do horror comedy. They didn't do snarky, tongue-in-cheek, aren't we cool making this horror flick stuff. 1964 was intense. And if I had to choose the best movie from that year, I would have to say either The Mask of the Red Death or Tomb of Lygia. Both made by the great Roger Corman when he was going through his Edgar Allan Poe cycle. But there were other classics of the genre that year. I can't leave out my old buddy Herschel Gordon Lewis, who was making his follow-up movie to Blood Feast called 2000 Maniacs, the one where the southern town comes back to life every 100 years to avenge the Civil War massacre. And they do that by luring Yankee tourists to their deaths by extreme torture and brutality. We also had Peter Cushing in The Evil of Frankenstein, the latest in the Frankenstein series they were doing over at Hammer Films in England. We had I Eat Your Skin, which would later be paired with I Drink Your Blood to become one of the most notorious double features in drive-in history. We had The Last Man on Earth. This was a big Vincent Price year. He was in The Last Man on Earth and also both of those great Edgar Allan Poe movies. We had the longest horror title in history, The Incredibly Strange Creatures Who Stopped Living and Became Mixed Up Zombies. If you ever run across the DVD to that, I did the commentary track, one of my proudest moments. We had a William Castle movie, The Nightwalker, two William Castle movies, because Straight Jacket also came out that year. We had a Christopher Lee movie, Terror in the Crypt. We even had a gall darn Lon Chaney Jr. movie called Witchcraft. And then from over in Italy, Blood and Black Lace by the great Mario Bava. Curse of the Mummy's Tomb, The Creeping Terror, Devil Doll, The Flesh Eaters, the notorious Horror of Party Beach, because all those Frankie Avalon and Annette Funicello movies were coming out, the dreaded beach party genre. So Horror of Party Beach was the flip side of those movies. Devil Doll. So what you could do on your birthday, Rob, is binge watch every single horror film made in the year 1964, and I think you would be pleased with the first full year of LBJ's presidency. And in the meantime, grab you some wild turkey. I love those little Russell's Reserve bottles that they put out. Find you a runner that'll go up to Canada and bring you back some Cohiba Lanceros, and go to some place that still knows how to roast a ribeye and settle back for some classic horror, because life is good, man. You are in the prime of life. You got a lot of love surrounding you. Enjoy it. Party like a jungle animal on your birthday, man. That's in the drive-in oath. I'm going to insist on that, actually. So have a great one, Rob.